Can you hear the wind? We're still in Kronstadt. Can you hear it? Maybe, perhaps. So today, we are going to be doing... we just got to grind. Still grinding. Still trying to get to level 20, maybe 25 or something. We just got to grind. And then once I get this grind all done, then I can start doing, you know, just regular old different types of episodes or whatever. But until then, we just grind. And what that entails is just doing good old Bastic missions or whatever it takes. So the Bastic mission we're on is the fetish quest. So I need to get the fetish head and the fetish body or torso or whatever. And those come off the quatifs out here. So we're going to just farm them. Started right back where we left off from the last stream or episode or whatever. Level 19. Still no sub-job. There's no way I could kill ghouls. There's no way. So we're just going to pop our EXP band. Grind out some more EXP. Try to farm up the quadich stuff. Or quatif stuff. Try to stay away from rams. I have a feeling there's probably some rams around here. I know Rampaging Ram. I think Rampaging Ram... Oh, there's Tremor Ram right there. I think the Rampaging Rams, they're more near... Oh, that will be coming out tonight. Are you talking about... Which one? Season 2, episode 39. I'm rendering it. It's rendering right now. The other thing I'm doing is I'm testing this. So, I only have one PC, right? And I do everything from that PC. We have other PCs in the house. My fiance has PC and stuff, but I do everything from my PC. My work, everything I do from here. So currently, right now, I am rendering episode 39. That is one of the reasons why I wanted to try this out. Because I was going to do Season 3 again for Kingdom Death, but I didn't know if I could do that. I didn't know if I could render, host, and live stream. And I was more worried about testing it with the Season 3 file, because I would hate to lose the Season 3 save file. That would be catastrophic. Very catastrophic to lose the Season 3 save file. So definitely don't want to be doing that. So I decided to test it with 11. I figured 11's like really old, so like it's not really the best example, because this isn't really stressing my computer very much, I'm assuming. 11 probably has like no stress on it whatsoever. Man, these veteran quadivs are a lot harder than I thought. I actually can't believe this. What does this thing check at? What's going on? Seems like EP. I should easily be able to kill one of these. So I'm hoping... So my theory is if I can do this, I should be able to play Tabletop Simulator. That way I could do... I could have done Season 3. Otherwise I'll do Season 3 tomorrow. Just have to find out. Because it doesn't seem like I'm lagging. Oh, well that's the Tremor Ram. We need to back up. Don't want to aggro the Tremor Ram for sure. It would have been bad. I have an old PC. It was good when I built it. I forget what's even in it. Um, I have to look at the specs. I can do DX dial here in a second. I forget what's even in it. It's 4 years old. Yeah, it's not lagging at all. So it looks fine. Doesn't look very bad. Looks good. So now I know at least I could do that. It is an option, although I'm still worried because losing... Oh my gosh. Now I'm not doing any damage. Losing the Season 3 save file would be really bad, so I'll probably back it up before I decide to do more shenanigans like that. I cannot believe this. Wow. Okay. Apparently I can't beat the quad if... I can maybe heal quick and then run back and kill him because I think I'll heal faster than he will. Here he comes. Couldn't get 2 ticks. Wanted to get 2 ticks. Could not get 2 ticks of healing. Yeah, I don't think he's going to chase me. Oh my gosh. It's very difficult to gauge what I can actually do because my gear is so bad. My gear is awful. I'm still basically in, like, fresh gear here. It's really difficult to gauge what actual, like, EP even looks like. Need to recast Protect. Probably... I don't have any cash. Like, I need to go... Oh, he's healing. Yeah, so, like, I don't have any cash to get, like, Cure 2 or, Protect 2. I don't actually know when Protect 2 is. I think Protect 2 is pretty close. Nice. Percival is really cool. Fade has really cool stuff too. Sword of Silence is really cool. I think that was Fade, right? I forget if Fade's Sword of Silence or if... No, yeah, Fade's Sword of Silence. White Speaker is Excalibur. That's what it is. There's just no killing this thing. Yeah, the Sword of Silence plus and the Newborn. Fade has the Newborn. It's a hunt event that gives you population, which is really cool. So that should be really helpful. It's a really cool hunt event. Shell Bash, don't you dare. Okay, good. Oh, I just need one more hit or something. I need to kill him. Oh, thank you. You know, it'd be awesome if he dropped... Oh, I already had the arms. I was going to say it'd be awesome if he dropped the torso. Yeah, so Fade's really cool. The Newborn Hunt event is really cool. Sword of Silence is rough. Sword of Silence, like, summons Harvester Worm. So that's rough. But... very well worth it for just a white box. Sometimes, I mean, the old white box content, well unbalanced, is at least really nice. In the new stuff is nice too, but the price. Oh, for Fade, yeah, her lore is super cool. I was actually just talking with someone to do the lore videos. I haven't decided the format on how I want to do it. I'm also trying to finish up that super long video I've been working on forever, but I want to do a character background for the first lore videos, is what I'm thinking. And all the named characters in Kingdom Death, do a video on lore for them. So Fade would be one. Her lore is super cool. Where she escapes the you're not supposed to get pregnant when you're part of the White Speaker cult. And she does, so she has to escape, and she takes a sword of silence from their armories, and that results in her getting tracked down by what I assume are like red witches, but at that point the red witches probably didn't exist in like canon, but now they do. All these skeleton warriors. I just need more quadif. But yeah, now they do. So yeah, I was just talking about getting it going. So we were talking about which ones we wanted to do for a lore video on all the named characters. But I gotta go and find it all, and then reference it and everything. So I'm trying to put that together too. Like I said, episode 39 is rendering at the moment. It's like halfway done. It's a long video. I think it was like close to 2 hours. Hour and 55, I think, is what it comes in for episode 39. So that's rendering now. And hopefully it should be up tonight, unless doing this really slows down the rendering, because I also had that timed out, because it's not always accurate. It's within like 20 minutes, I'd say. 10 to 20 minutes is usually where it's like off between that. It's never perfect. I've never had it been accurate when it tells me it will be done in like 3 or 4 hours. I've never had that happen. It's always like 3 hours, 10 minutes. So it's usually off by 10 or 20 minutes, but we'll see if live streaming and whatchamacallit, and playing on the computer while it's rendering slows it down, then that'll be something else I have to take into account. Normally I just don't. The Red Witches update, that's the first one I'm actually really hopeful for. But also at the same time, could be the most disappointing one, because there might not be that much new information. Like, there's a lot of wiggle room for the Red Witches update, because we don't really know much about the Red Witches anyway. So, if it turns out to just be a rehash, because there's never been any, right? So, we have what's pitched, and then we never really got anything outside of seeing, like, the minis and stuff. And some slight confirmations in the chat, or in the comments from Poots about things, but like there's a real chance that it might not show anything, and it might just show what was pitched during the Kickstarter, and that would be really disappointing, because we already know all that stuff, and like that is like super old. There's never been updates for Red Witches really, so if there's like nothing, no progress to show, that's really telling. That'll be disappointing. But at the same time, since we know so little, there should really be no reason why we don't just get a ton of new information, because we know almost nothing. So I doubt he's going to show anything, because he doesn't really seem to want to show mechanics of stuff. But it would be nice to see an example AI card. just to even see how something works when there's 3 monsters involved. Again, I doubt it, because he doesn't like to show that stuff. He's afraid that people will take it, I guess. And make other games with it or use it to, I don't know. I don't get that as much. I mean, you know what would really help? If you wanted to keep a firm hold on the complex AI boss battler board game genre, you could just release more content. Because Townsfolk Tussle is great and stuff, but it's no Kingdom Death Monster. But, you know, if you just released content, you wouldn't have to worry about losing your grip on that genre. So, as I agree that, yeah, showing off too much information could let people... I mean, but how can you be worried? Think about that. That's so weird. That so he thinks that if he shows new mechanics in a Kickstarter update, a new company will be able to take those mechanics, start a Kickstarter, get that Kickstarter funded, get their game released to their backers, and get it to tables before he'll be able to finish? That's quite paranoid and quite telling, too. That's quite crazy. I would like to think that anything he shows from this point forward is, like, kind of miss the boat on copycats, because, you know, your stuff should be out within the next year or two. I wouldn't expect another company to steal that information, release a Kickstarter, get it funded, create a game, get it printed, and get it by the time you do. It's a lot. But one card that shows how they work would be awesome. That'd be great. I would love that. It doesn't have to show exactly how they work, but just like if it said like, I don't know. I can't even really think about how it would even go to work. I'm assuming for like oh yeah, probably. Luckily, he doesn't really care that much about that stuff, hopefully. I mean, he seems pretty nice about Tabletop Simulator existing. He also seems pretty cool about homebrew being made, because he knows about it. He definitely knows about it. It is just kind of weird. I would think anything that he shows right now would be fine, I would think. I don't think I could see someone stealing it. I mean, yeah, someone will steal it, but that's gonna happen anyway? Like, someone's gonna take your idea. Also, let's not pretend that he didn't take anybody's ideas. I mean, he's literally doing that all the time. He has said, like, his 2D game, he's like, I want to make a Metroidvania. Okay, that's literally... you literally just described taking two people's ideas. That was how you pitched it. You couldn't describe it any other way. You couldn't have been like, I want to make a 2D side-scrolling adventure game that has a high difficulty, like games used to be. Like, that's how I would have said it, but no, he's just like, I want to make a Metroidvania. Oh. So you just want to lift mechanics. Okay. Oh, a casket. I didn't even see this. Always snaps with the other one, or is it furthest way? Yeah, I see. Well, they all have bows, right? I think all three of them have bows. Some of them have different bows. Some's like a sniper. One's like a powerful bow. I forget which one's which off the top of my head. I just like Nico. I was hoping that Nico would get some kind of huge lore boost, right? I like Nico. So she's a Red Witch. That's been confirmed. So Nico is the White Speaker, original White Speaker model. That's Nico. That's her name. That's the white box. And she, I guess, has been upgraded to a Red Witch. She was promoted. So she's the first white box. Maybe. She might be the first narrative, lore, accurate content that we actually get. Like, now Aya is supposed to be in the Butcher vignette. So if the Butcher vignette comes out, then I guess technically Aya is the first lore character that we will actually get to play with. But if that Butcher vignette doesn't come out, then it looks like Nico. Sure, we don't get to play with Nico, but she is a Red Witch. Poots has said that she is one of the three. So that's cool. Hopefully they expand on her lore. Give her a backstory. It's not very hard to make a character likable. Like that is proven with a lot of even the four starting survivors, right? They all have names. Urza, Alistair, Zachary, and Lucy. And everybody loves Lucy. And Urza and Zachary, they all have personalities just based on seeing their stuff through cards, right? Just seeing them on innovations or seeing them in the rule book. Those characters all have personalities. And they don't have any written thing about them, which is neat. Whereas with Nico, she actually has a name. She's been sold in a white box. She is Nico the White Speaker. Now she's a Red Witch, so she must have been promoted within the cult. So there's lots of cool opportunity there to give her own personality, and I hope that the hit locations do that. There's a lot of personality in hit location cards. So you could do some cool things with that, and you could make Nico really likable. Especially if it's pitched, it is pitched that there might be a 5-year campaign with the Red Witches or a 3-year campaign where you hunt the pariah. So even more of an incentive to give Nico some kind of personality, so then people want to play as her and enjoy that campaign more. But I don't know. I'm worried that they might not do that. I'm worried that they might just be faceless people who are lost. But hopefully. So those are the types of things I'd like seeing for the Red Witches. Some kind of, just maybe give me hints that they're going to have personality and they're unique. Or give me hints on at least how the mechanics work slightly. I'm really excited for the Red Witch one. I think this would be the first one, because we have no information on Red Witches as it stands. It's also the first one which I think might just get pushed back. Not that the other one didn't get pushed back. The one that was supposed to come out in February and actually came out in March, but hopefully it doesn't. I know he's not going to release it early. That's definitely not going to happen, for sure. It's going to be the 31st of March. So, can guarantee that. It's definitely going to be done the 31st of March, around midnight. Which is a shame. You don't have to do everything at the last minute. But it would be nice if it came out early. The other thing, Red Witches would be neat to see. So currently, Slenderman. I wonder what Red Witches are. I don't know if they say they're Nemesis, but there seems to be a lot of Nemesis in because if they're part of Inverted Mountain seems really packed and seems like a lot of Nemesis are already in there, right? You're gonna have Pariah. Well, see, I don't even know, but Black Knight is also supposed to be in there, and then Red Witches. So, that's 3 full Nemesis. I kind of feel like they might be. I think the Red Witches might be something like a Flower Knight or a Dung Beetle Knight. right? Black Knight might be like that too. So it would be neat to get a feel for how their stuff works. Slenderman kind of has a nemesis where you can craft stuff. He has a location and stuff, and you get the light forging and everything. So that he kind of works that way, and that's cool. But I would kind of not want to have to heart flute stuff. Heart flute is so weird. It's not really good for farming stuff, right? It's good for farming the hand. Because the hand you don't fight, right? You just farm him and then he comes, then you get your applause, and then you get your stat boosts for just barely beating, for just staying alive. But if you start heart fluting other nemesis, they're always one stronger. Yes, they are. They're hunting the pariah, but they say they're nemesis. They're labeled as nemesis, which seems odd to me that they'd be nemesis. For that reason, I don't know if they're quarries. It also seems odd that they'd be a quarry, right? That doesn't seem to fit either. Heart Flute lets you fight a nemesis without them being on the timeline. You get to add the nemesis to the next year on the timeline. So when you Heart Flute, like you summon a nemesis to come fight you, and it works good. But yeah, see exactly. Most people don't even know what Heart Flute is. It's so bad. It's good if you're playing with Synchronized Strike. It has synergy with Synchronized Strike. But outside of that, like, Heart Flute is not super great. So I gotta remember, these stupid Onyx ones have Cure 2, and I don't have the damage output to break Cure 2. It's too much damage. Or I'm too weak. I don't have that damage output. Yeah, so Heart Flute's the innovation that does that. Like I said, you can do the hand. He's a good target for Heart Flute because you just summon him and then he comes back as a level 3. But if you're summoning Nemesis, you can't. They're not easy. And the difference between a level 2 and a level 3 Nemesis is quite large. It's not something you could farm up, right? Say you wanted to fight these Red Witches, and you were like, man, if I only had one more of whatever resource they had, then I could make the bow. Well, I'll just Heart Flute them. And now you're talking like the difference between a level 1 Butcher and a level 2 Butcher coming to the settlement like 1 year apart. It's a huge gap, which is good in design because you figure Nemesis are spaced like 10 years apart. So that's good for design, right? You should make them 10 years. You should make their scaling exponential because there's going to be a vast amount of time in between each time you fight them. But if you're using Heart Flute to try to farm, that's not ideal. Definitely better ways to go about that. These things are not easy. These EPs are not easy. They're definitely like... Man, how am I going to get a better weapon? Basically, I gotta do this Bastic mission. I gotta pay more attention. I gotta get this mission done so I can get better gear. This sword is just not going to cut it anymore. Yeah, Red Witches, I'm super excited for Red Witches. I'm so excited for... I saw, what was it? on the Kickstarter, people were talking about me on Kickstarter. On the Kickstarter updates, my name was brought up for some reason. Because my take on the Frog Dog was negative. But only at the beginning, right? So the people who were saying my take was really bad, which I agree, I wasn't very happy. But those people watched like the first 2 minutes of my Frog Dog video. And the first, like, I read the update in the order it was written, right? So, like, the first thing I saw was the fact that it's late, and then the first thing I saw was that it was delayed because he was making miniatures or something. So, like, yeah, I get that. My take wasn't super great, but it's also when, like, start off with such like when you start your update with something no one wanted. But I enjoyed the Frog Dog. I enjoyed Frog Dog it showed the prologue, or at least in my opinion, showed the prologue. And to be fair, Wave 4 stuff, we have no idea how it will work, right? I can only speculate on the mechanics that I know of now. And farming Nemesis is not easy right now. You need Heart Flute, and but I'm sure the mechanics change, right? So it's hard to say. It's also hard to say because we have no information. I might be able to speculate more if I knew anything at all about Red Witches. Like, I don't even know if they're a quarry or a nemesis. I think they says they're a nemesis. I don't want to open up a whole bunch of things and check it, but from what I remember, I'm pretty sure they were nemesis. But that just goes to show how little information we actually know about Wave 4 stuff. Where I don't even know what it is. Now, granted, like, I didn't back everything right away, right? I've always said that. Even when I remember when I went over all the Black Friday and stuff, I didn't buy all the expansions right away, which I should have done, right? Because inflation and everything. But who was to know that it would be 5 or 6 years down the road, right? I figured it would be 3 or 4 years, because that's what he said, 2020. So I was like, that's pretty reasonable estimate, 4 years from now. So I went with that. And then slowly I added more stuff to my pledge, right? So originally I didn't get every single thing. And because of that, like, because I've already gotten it, I didn't have to, like, do as much research on whether or not it was going to be something that I wanted, for sure, right? And that's something that is difficult to explain. Like, as I said in my updates, I'm fine with waiting. I don't care. Once you get invested in everything, it's fine. I would highly suggest that people don't get refunds, at least for Gambler's Chest and Campaigns of Death and stuff like that. I've always said that, but it's hard to explain the feeling of waiting for 5 to 6 years. And I think the Red Witch is probably, I mean, you could be waiting 7 or 8 years at this point. I would not be surprised if we still don't get Red Witches for another 3 or 4 years. So it's like, that's hard to explain. Like, when you're just reacting to an update. And it's hard to stay, like, super positive when it is repeatedly old information and oh no, when it's repeated old information and not much new information is given. Now I aggroed this Clodif. Okay, now we just have to hope that this young one is very weak. Oh yeah, it looks weak. So this should be okay. Oh my gosh. Man, I wish I had Treasure Hunter. I wish I was a thief. I'm regretting not starting off as a thief. I should have started off as a thief. Got myself in a good position mission-wise and stuff, and then switched to Red Mage. I figured Red Mage would have an easier time right now soloing and grinding faster to get my sub-job, and then it would be easier to grind on Thief afterwards, but this is... Oh, that didn't even give me experience. Rough. Alright, EP again. But Red Witches, yeah, I'm super excited for Red Witches. Man, I can't wait for Red Witches. I think Red Witches are like my favorite thing just because of the fact it's multiple monsters. So, like, all the other expansions are cool, but new actual fight mechanics is what is really intriguing. And I'm sure that it's the same mechanics that the Smog Singers will use. And Smog Singers look to have a built-in mechanic where they draw an AI card and then they all attack together instead of drawing individual AI cards one at a time. At least that's my take on it. Because if you look at the AI cards for the Smog Singers that we've seen, they all have this harmony thing. So that's either them singing and working together in harmony, meaning that you draw one AI card and then all three of the monsters will try to target the same survivor. Which I think is quite logical the way that will probably work. Or the other thing is that it reacts to survivors singing, because it looks like you can all sing together. Like, all the survivors can also sing and join with the Smog Singers. So it could be that that's what the harmony means. I don't know yet, but I'm super intrigued by it, which is more of the reason why I want to really see Red Witches. I think there's a chance that this new update will be one of the best ones, because it could show tons and tons of new mechanics. Even if it doesn't, it could reveal very little and still show a ton. There is a possibility for that. Just seeing one of the cards, or even if it were to just say that there are 3 cards, or that there's 3 hit location decks, or that they're not all in the same fight at the same time. But I think they will all be I think they'll all be on the board at the same time. It is possible they won't be, because First Hero seems to be that the male First Hero is the easier one, which is the one you fight at level 12. And then the female First Hero is the one you fight at Lantern Year 20. So those two are not on the board at the same time. So it is possible that the Red Witches are also broken up like that. That one of them is level 1, one's level 2, one's level 3. Arms again. I lost the arms. Let's see. What was it? Yeah, I try not to be negative, right? I just don't think it's with the update specifically. It's just a shame because those Poots has always got to add to the thing. I don't know why he's got to do that. Just let the Dark Herald be a Dark Herald update. I don't know why he has to have a prologue. Why does he have to have a forward? And those forwards are always negative because it's always just a delay, and it's not a delay with any reason. It's just a delay for the sake of I'm delaying it because it's not done. which is not a good excuse. Poots has said that no excuse is the best excuse, which is such a terrible take. That is such a terrible... No excuse is the best excuse. That's such a bad take. I don't agree with that, but he has said that before, that no excuse is the best excuse. I would rather there be a reason rather than an excuse. Just if you were to say like God Hand sucks, so we're gonna make it better. That's better than just saying I'm not done, and I'm not done because I don't have to be done, and you just have to deal with it. That's terrible. And I'm just give the reason. Like, reasons are not excuses. They're valid. I'd rather he just said something like that. I got a wide scan. I had to find some more of these quad ifs. Where are they? Veteran quad if. Down over here. Let's go get the veteran quad if. There he is. Let's check this real quick. Well, it's still looking like maybe it slowed it down a bit. Now it's saying it won't be done for 4.5 hours. So maybe doing this slows it down a little. So maybe I shouldn't do this stuff while trying to render videos. So trying to get episode 39 up tonight. It's rendering now. It's about 50% done. So it still has 2.5 hours now, it said. But it's been rendering for 2.5 hours, so that's longer than originally pitched. And then I know it will take 3 hours to upload on a good day. That's a day when YouTube decides that it doesn't take long to process. Sometimes checking for fair use, the copyright checks take a long time. So on a good day, yeah, I would prefer someone just say, I don't even care at this point. Like, I agree with Poot's stand, right? I've said that after the first update video. He's fine, and he's 100% correct that that's what Kickstarter is used for. It's used for him to raise money so he can complete his thing, right? That's what it is, and he's right about that. But it's, you don't just say that, right? You just saying that makes it sound like you don't even care if you finish. Like, why don't you just phrase it and say, like, it's not done, and it's like we're still working on it and we're trying and I'm gonna do it as fast as I can, rather than just like, it's not done and I don't care what you say, and nothing you say will change my mind, and I'm not gonna do it until I say it's done. And that's like, I mean, yeah, he's right that's fine, but like, yeah, I hope it will post tonight. I'm hoping it will be up within the next 7 hours. I'm hoping that the rendering takes the 2.5 hours that it's saying, and then I hope it takes 3 hours that it said that normally takes to get it uploaded. But because I'm playing this game and live streaming now, I think I'm slowing it down. So it might not be up in 7 hours. I was hoping it would be. Maybe it might be 8 hours. Like I said, I keep checking this. Check it again. Yeah, it's 50% done. I think it's still possible that it will be done when it was supposed to be. It's hard to tell whether or not this is slowing it down. Oh yeah, the email thing, I don't understand the email thing, especially since he's actively gone against the email thing in the past. Like, the two email or two updates prior to that, he welcomed people to email him. He asked for people to email him, and then when people emailed him, he didn't like it. So then he asked them to stop because they must have been asking for their product, which is so. I don't know. I don't understand that just because I don't understand what he thought they were going to email him about. He knew they were going to email them. He told them to email him. So I don't know what he thought he would be getting emails about. He reads the comments. He knows what people are going to do. Now I don't agree with some people calling it a scam. I don't agree with that. It's clearly not. I don't think Gambler's Chest is in any way on the chopping block. I don't think Gambler's Chest won't be delivered. I think all those things will be delivered and reached and completed. The only possible ones are the ones that are Wave 4, I think. I think Campaigns of Death will see the light of day. I think there's some, almost, I'd say 70 to 80% of the stuff will still see the light of day. Not in a reasonable time frame. Reasonable time frame days are beyond. Those days are gone. But within a time frame that is acceptable, and an acceptable time frame as far as Kickstarter goes is just being done at some point. So it would be nice if things were sped up. I don't like when he keeps saying like. He keeps saying, like, I'm not responsible for world... it's always like, Gambler's Chest isn't done for reasons beyond my control. Well, that's just not true. You're not done with God Hand, so... Like... That would be true if you never got any of the plastic printed. But I think he's printing plastic. I hope he's printing plastic. He said he's been printing plastic. So... I don't know what that means when he says that stuff. When he says for reasons by me and also beyond my control. I guess it was when the pandemic hit and he couldn't test his game, but that raises the question as to why he put the numbers on the board, right? Now I know that's not ideal for testing the game. But if you look on the Kingdom Death board, it has like it's like a chessboard, right? It's at the top letters, at the sides is numbers. So you could still test with people via text. It's not ideal, but I mean, if you got everybody on something like a TeamSpeak and you told them what the position of the monster was, and then you showed them the card that's going to be drawn, they could play it on their own at home, and you don't need a big thing that he ended up building. You don't need that. Let's go. Let's attempt to unlock this. Can we do this? Examine the lock. Hunch the second digit is 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Attempt to unlock it. Nomination is greater than 29. Okay, that doesn't... So that just rules out 1 and 2. No, wait. The second digit is 1, 2, or 3. Okay, that doesn't really rule out anything. Examine the lock. Hunch that one of the two digits is 3. I already knew that. I'm just going to go with 33. Going with 33. $31. What's your thoughts on the showdown thing on the website? Alpha, that's my thoughts on that. I never tried it. It's probably super cool. I think it was a bit excessive. I mean, it helps. I'm sure it's helping them test, right? But I mean, just use Tabletop Simulator. I don't understand why he doesn't want to use Tabletop Simulator. I don't understand why he doesn't want to use it. And that's not, like, unheard of. Like, I'm sure even Simon uses Tabletop Simulator. That's just what they use. I don't understand why he doesn't want to use it. It's already there and it was already done. I guess he just thought that... I don't know. He's fine. He can do whatever he wants with his money. But it's not something that I don't think anybody would have wanted that to be made. I think if anybody would have asked that, I don't think very many people would have backed it. Right? If he would have been like, I need funding to make my own computer game version of Kingdom Death, and I want to do it in an app, I don't think anybody would have wanted that. I think they would have just said, no, just finish the board game. It's what we're backing, a board game. But he used the funds to hire the people to remake Tabletop Simulator when Tabletop Simulator already exists. So it is what it is with that. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's good. I don't understand a lot of it. Like the stuff that he showed in that one update where there's like things for cutting out the minis and stuff. What is that? Like, that's not part of the game. I mean, it is part of the game, but not the part of the game that you'd want in your simulator. Some people don't even want to play Kingdom Death because that's part of the game. So why make that a highlight of the video game? You should make that, like... Some people want miniless versions of Kingdom Death. So why wouldn't you just make your video game version the miniless version of Kingdom Death? It's weird. Oh, I'm never gonna get any of these things. I really need these Quadif things, and man, we need drops. Drop rate's not good. We need drops here. Needing drops. Just gonna start fighting anything just to level up. The faster, I guess the faster I level up, the faster I can get out of here and go to Palvero Mines and try to farm this stuff up a little bit faster. But I would have liked to get this stuff now without having to go to that area to farm that up. Would have been great. But it is what it is. I really need to get to rank 2 so I can get a new sword. I think people want to miniatureless Kingdom Death because it's cheaper, right? $420 is not no cheap game. Right? You'd figure it'd be like $100 less, right? Gloomhaven's the same thing. Now, Poots is a little extreme. And I saw Clark was talking about this in Lantern's Reign, which is a little bit extreme. But they seem to think that a miniless version of Kingdom Death means there's nothing minis. I even asked Clark, like, the standees. You could use standees, but no, I guess that's miniatures in their opinion. So, like, they wouldn't even do standees. But either way, I don't know. They said it estimates out. Clark was saying it doesn't estimate to be much cheaper, which I also find, what? Not really. How could it not be much cheaper? Should be. I'm not saying I don't think it would bring the game down to $100. I get that, but like I figured it'd be $250 or something, maybe $300. It's still cheaper than $420. So. I get that. But I think, I don't know, there's people who play it miniatureless. There's plenty of people who could play a game without these huge elaborate miniatures. Um, the, they already made one that shows how it's done. No one uses spidicules. No one uses spidicules or a spooter. No one uses that mini. I don't use it. So they can't just say that no one would want to play a miniature version of Kingdom Death. I don't want to play the version of Kingdom Death that has miniatures that take up the table and are useless, like spidicules. And I have a feeling I'm not going to want to play with Ivory Dragon. That thing looks like the size of a traffic cone. I'm not going to want to put a traffic cone on my table. Any other game with models the size of the Phoenix? Yeah, yeah. The Phoenix, it's well worth it. I'm not saying that $420 isn't worth it. I think the miniatures are amazing. I'm just saying that they never explored. They've gone. They don't want to explore a miniless version of Kingdom Death, and that's fine. I agree that a lot of it it's a hobby game. It's a lifestyle game. I 100% agree with that. But I'm just saying, why not try to make other game miniatureless? It's just it's so weird that I get it. They're a miniatures company. I get all that, but it's so weird that they put the snips and you got to snip out your mini to make the game and stuff. It seems so weird. To me, that just seemed weird. Yeah, there's models. I have seen models. WizKids would sell the Phoenix for $100. So, easy. WizKids would sell the Phoenix for $100. Easy. I think they sell Tiamat for $100. Yep, no problem. It's always fun to talk to. It's always fun to talk Kingdom Death. It's such a fascinating thing. Every aspect of Kingdom Death is fascinating. The business aspect, the modeling aspect, the business decisions, the Kickstarter. It's always firsts. Kingdom Death is going to be the first for everything. Everything they do is epic and grand scale, even drama. Which is good. Good for them. They're winners. Every time they do something, they're going to be a winner. Go big or go home. Let's see. Now. Is it? I don't even know. See, the other thing is I don't need to price Tiamats. I have the Reaper one, and I'm so glad I got that Reaper one for the price that I got that Reaper one for. The Reaper one I think I got for like $70 or $60 or something. Malkorak or whatever, the one that they don't make. They only did it during the Kickstarter, the Reaper Bones Kickstarter. Malakurak or whatever. Either it's Tiamat. I'm so glad I got it when it was there. So glad I got it. Man, there were so many Tremor Rams around here. I bet what's his name's probably up. Rampaging Ram. Not that I could kill Rampaging Ram, but I bet it's up. Not that I would even want to kill Rampaging Ram. I don't think it would give me anything. I mean, I know it wouldn't give me anything. It gives purple belt. Or brown belt or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Kingdom Death is priced correctly for what it's in there. It's just a very high asking amount for the market. Either way, I still think it's a very good deal for what you get for the price you pay. It was an amazing deal at $350. It was an amazing deal at $250 during the first Kickstarter or whatever. And yeah, other companies could charge way more for the miniatures that he's producing, because he does produce very high quality ones. So could definitely, other companies would definitely pay way more, or charge way more, I mean. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, they would charge so much more. These veteran quad-ifs. Stop casting Cure 2. Ah, man. Now I gotta go to... I don't remember where my home point is. Selbina, that's not that bad. How much experience did I lose? 200 experience? Or 370 experience? 10%, I think. Man. Now I lost Signet. I should probably just go to Palborough Mines, I guess, to try to do this faster. Sucks. Man, I was so close to level 22. Let me get the stupid sub-job quest at least while I'm here. Or maybe I can get Cure 2. I could get Cure 2. I think this guy might sell fire. Stone Ga. Man. Come here, Ignacio, or whatever. Get my sub job. You bet. Man. Death sucks. Do I go back to bat? I guess we just go back to Bastic. Travel to another home point. Bastic. $500 gil. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. Oh, not good. Not good. Man. Alright, let's see. So, now we're back at Bastic Mines. We can go to Palborough Mines, which is the best place to go to get those fetish things. It's the only place I can get Signet. I could always Outpost Warp again. Let's just go Palborough Mines. Man. I already know. If I try to buy another sword, I know an NPC is going to totally rip me off. NPCs are not going to sell me a sword for a good amount. They're not going to be good. They're not going to be cheap. See if we can get Leaping Lizzie, perhaps. Maybe she'll just be up. I doubt it, but that would be great if Leaping Lizzie was up. That would be a great addition to my suckage. Would probably pull me out of the suck column. Yep, these boots are not good. Subalgar, I guess, is okay. I need new gear. Lots of things. Starting out in this game is very rough. Very punishing. There's not much I can do to help it besides trying to get money. I need to just beat this mission. Bastic mission would be the best thing I could do. Just try and try and try to get the fetish. Leaping Lizzie would be a huge plus. That'd be a huge boon. Would make my character a lot better. Traveler's Mantle, if I could go to Sandoria, that would also really help. None of these quad Fs are going to drop the fetish things. So I just need the head and the body. Or torso, whatever. Torso and the head. I got two of the ones I need. I need the other two. Then once I get that done, then I can at least maybe get a new weapon. Maybe. It's possible. I can't remember if rank 2 will give me one though. Please be Leaping Lizzie. No, none of these are Leaping Lizzie. No Leaping Lizzie. Guess I'll just kill these real quick. Man. How helpful it would have been had this just been one of these been Leaping Lizzie. So, I guess we'll kill these two, go to the mines, kill more quad-Fs, try to level up, come back, and maybe Lizzie will be there. So, we go back this way now. And try to go to the mines. The other thing is I could really go... I could also outpost warp back to Selbina. If I outpost warped back to Selbina and I kill the quad-F there, then maybe... it's not going to work. There's just not enough there, and I killed a lot of them, but they didn't help. So... best bet is still... I still have a little bit of time. Perhaps I should... if I could just get... I could try for that earring. The earring that is up here, too, off the sapling NM. If the sapling NM is here, that'd be great. The earring would help. The other thing I could possibly do would be to try getting, maybe going to go get like a stronger black mage spell, like fire or something, but I think there's a scale mail quest in Bastic. I could try that, and then at least I'd have armor, so I would take less damage, because right now I'm wearing still the level 1 stuff, and that's terrible. The other thing would be going to Dangrif Wadi, kill the gobs there, and maybe get them to drop me some leather armor. That's a possibility. Not the best though, because that's not very likely to happen. I still think the mines here are the best bet. I've only got such a little bit of time left. I've got about a half hour. So we can look to do that. If we go... At least if we go there, we'll be there. Then I could at least level there next time. That's the other thing. The other thing is maybe I just start just leveling, not just, you know, off stream and stuff. And then maybe just end streaming the beginning. I thought it would be more unique to have the early game on in a live stream version rather than the end game, because the end game can be really long. Like, it takes a long time. And once I've gotten early game out of the way, it's like mostly the same. It's just leveling up, but it takes like 10 times longer. Ornery sheep. Fluttermouse, that's a guy. No. I see no NM sapling. It's got a really weird name, so I would definitely see it if he was up. I forget what the name is. But not up, that's for sure. Man, that'd be neat if the NM was up, because I think it's an accuracy earring. Almost positive it's the accuracy earring. That would be helpful, because I have no earrings. The other thing is I could start crafting. I just don't have the money. I have nowhere near the money that it takes to start leathercraft. Leathercraft or clothcraft would be the best bet, because that's what Red Mage can wear, and those are the cheapest ones to start and the most helpful, because you just need like distilled water and a bunch of sheepskin. So that would be helpful. Bonesmith is kind of expensive to get started because of the beetle stuff, because I don't have any methods of leveling off beetles, whereas leathercraft, it needs leather or lizard skin, which I could level. I will be leveling once I go to Valkyrim. I'll be leveling up those lizards for a little bit. So it makes sense to go lizard skin next. So what do we want? So these ones, none of these should aggro me. All these should be fine. None of these should be aggroing. Just got to get to a spot where I can pull without aggro. None of these should aggro. I don't think any of these should aggro either. Yeah, none of this stuff should aggro until I get up over this ridge. Once I get up over this ridge, it might start. Still, all these ambers and young, these should all be too weak to be worthwhile. Okay, now I think it's when I get up here. This is where this stuff... Alright. Okay. These look to be... Yeah, easy prey, okay. So, looks like we fight some stuff here for a little bit. Try to get the fetish to drop, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Should drop from here. So, we got a little bit of time. I can grind in here for 20 minutes or so. These things should be pretty easy in comparison to the ones that are out in Kronstadt. The ones out in Kronstadt were a lot harder. So, these will do. Now, the only other thing is, do I check... Yeah, that video is still looks like this is slowing it down. So I'll do up to 20 minutes and then probably call it. So the video actually renders faster. So live streaming and playing while rendering is not the best option. So let's just go ahead and kill this stuff. Hopefully we don't link anything. If we kill a bunch of this stuff, we should level up quick. This stuff looks pretty easy in comparison. Definitely, for sure, much easier in comparison. Nope. Okay, that one's too weak to be worthwhile. Too weak. That one's EP. There's the NM. Definitely don't want the NM. Although the gloves are really good, but I don't think I could kill that NM. Headhunter, right? Yeah, Death Hurler. Kuvo Death Hurler. Don't think I could kill him. He's probably too strong. So, let's check these. These are all EP as well. Interesting, interesting. This is another EP. Kill this one. The Cave Fungar. I think those are too high level for me. Oh, these have, whatchamacallit, Blaze Spikes. This would be great if I could get Blaze Spikes off this. Blaze Spikes is such a great spell. Ugh, come on. Getting weapons or spells, I mean not weapons, the Fetich trophies or spells would be just the best. That's all we really need here. Best case scenario. Let's see. Stupid Blaze Spikes is doing a ton of damage to me. Stupid Blaze Spikes, stop. Right, these Fungar, I think, are way too high level. Oh no, they're EP. All these things are EP, I'm so surprised. More Blaze Spikes, huh? Annoying, but let's go. Not a fan of your Blaze Spikes, sir. Not a fan. Definitely not. Alright, let's go. Man, I would love Blaze Spikes. Some of this stuff is so like easy to get. You take it for granted when you actually play the real game, because other people like this is like trash stuff. These scrolls and things, because people would be out here farming their quests. You get all this stuff that drops here would be very easy to buy off the auction house. And take it for very much for granted. It's too weak to be worthwhile. Don't have to worry about it. We can rest here. Probably like one more kill and we should be good to level up. I think when we ding the level, I'll call it. Seems like a good stopping point. The Spastic mission is proving to be a lot harder than I remember. Most likely probably because I probably just bought some of this stuff on the auction house. Well, no, I remember doing it when I was playing last time on the private server by myself. I don't think it took this long, but then again, I started as Thief. Maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe what I should do is just level Thief. to 15. Alright, come on. Alright, low evasion, low defense. Let's go. Should be an easy level. And then we'll be here for next time. I could start here. I'll be able to maybe farm up the fetish stuff. Then get back to leveling. Sub-job would also, like, really help. Oh, well, there's level. Now this is too weak to be worthwhile. What is there? Man. Stupid too weak to be worthwhile linking together. I'm not a fan of that. Where are the harder ones? Veteran, here they are. I finally found them. Here we go. This is where I wanted to be. These guys. Knew they were back here. Hiding. Stupid Onyx, get away from... I knew they were back here. Oh, this would be great. If this guy dropped the first one right when I needed it, right now, would be great. Beyond great. I'd be so happy if this guy just dropped what I needed. Would be awesome. Let's go. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Oh, I already have the arms. I guess, to be fair, he did drop what I needed, just not the correct one. Maybe this Onyx one will have it. Where'd the Onyx one go? Alright. Let me heal the full, back up some, and log out because I'm just going to have to... I'll let the other video that I'm rendering go. That will be better. I'll come back, do all this another time, finish this up. This Bastic mission's been just a pain in my side for so long. Let's just log out. Now I know as soon as I log in, I'm going to get aggro, so that should be fun. That will be a fun problem for future me. But for now, we'll just call it, wrap it up now. Hopefully this works out. Man, I did not remember this taking so long. But thank you so much for watching. I'll do another one. We'll come back, try to finish this up. I still want to try to get to like 30, get the sub job, just so at least like you get the feel of how long and how much grind and experience just the starting off of the series, right? So we can enjoy that together, because I'm enjoying it. All serious though, it is fun. I love Final Fantasy XI.